Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back again to the Mars Dota 2 League. We're taking a look at game number 3. We've gone the distance, and it's Navi versus MEGA-LADA, a series that probably most people wouldn't have expected to have gone to 3 games, but people may be underrating MEGA-LADA. This is a team that's been around for a while. All these players, they have played together for a good bit of time, and they're really high skilled. Draskyl, how you doing, my man?
I'm pretty good, looking at the opening here. A little bit of a change up from Navi, and MEGA-LADA picked an Earthshaker. Hey. Not a hero that I see very often. I think that it's like there's a few people who play Earthshaker extremely well. The first one that comes to mind is obviously Yapzor.
Right.
Like I think the Earthshaker is phenomenal.
10 seconds remaining.
I think the heroes kind of fallen out of favor a little bit, so I'm wondering what their game plan is with them, especially opening in like the first 2 with an Earthshaker.
Right. It is a little bit of a different one. And you see that there's like the ET, so maybe something about like canceling out stomps with the fissure could be something. But talking about ET, this is a hero that we've seen more and more often, and combo together with Bane, that looks really scary for anybody. Just put everybody to sleep and then eventually surround them and tear them apart.
Yeah, these series are just really interesting to me because I don't really get a chance to watch CIS Dota that much because obviously it's like 6 in the morning right now.
Right, exactly.
So when I see these picks, it's just refreshing because NA and EU and CIS play different styles, and I see like Gyro is one of those heroes that kind of spans across all of the regions. Like everyone just values that hero pretty much. And now I see a PA, and I'm just like, what the heck is going on?
I know. It's very weird. A third pick PA, no less. Like,
yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
We see this sometimes in the last round, but taking it here this early on
5 seconds
and into
remaining.
a hero that already has a form of True Strike with Earthshaker with the Enchant Totem. You see, I think it's a problem. What's the thought behind a PA third pick?
I'm gonna love it with you, Gabe. I got no freaking clue.
Radiant team pick.
I think that PA is actually really bad against both the heroes that MEGA-LADA has right now.
Yeah.
So clearly they had an idea with it. I mean, maybe it was to pick the Magnus. Like to me, I see that hero and I think that I pick like instantly.
Right.
Because what else is the reason why? But then again, if you were gonna pick Magnus,
10 seconds
if you were gonna pick Mag PA, you would have picked the Mag first because no one's gonna expect you to pick PA. They're going to expect you to pick like a Jug, for example, but I guess that one's banned, so I guess it makes a little bit more sense now. But it's
Troll, like either.
Yeah,
one.
I mean, it could be a Troll. Any melee core really is going to benefit from that. But it's just really odd. Like, I think Gyro is very good against PA until BKB. I think Shaker is great against PA until BKB. So it's kind of like this: are you picking it to lane against the hero? You haven't even seen the entire lane composition yet, so you don't know where it's going to go, I guess. I don't know. It's got some ambiguity behind it, but I'm extremely skeptical of it.
And they're taking a long time to think about what they want to do next as well. Yeah, I'm wondering if that was just a deny pick and maybe Navi, they switched up the order or something along those lines. Hopefully that's not what happened, because that'd be very unfortunate, but it's going to be a Razor fourth pick instead. I guess the other thing is now MEGA-LADA have a Magnus, and that hero is like nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, Mag is definitely one of those heroes that I think that you have to be extremely comfortable playing, first off, because I think he actually has an extremely high skill cap. And then plus, you have to have a lot of pairings of heroes that you want to put with it. So given everything that we've seen in the series, I think that it's probably going to be a Gyro mid. And because of that, we're looking to another hero that MEGA-LADA could potentially pick to benefit from the Empower itself. Because that's what a lot of pro teams swear by. It's not necessarily just about having the RP. It's about having the steroid of farming with an empowered hero that's going to also bring value to it.
Right. So here's the other thing that I'm wondering. Now, we saw the support ALK. Is there any chance, any at all in this world, this is going to be like an ET for General and then PA Lil, and he just like daggers people with like a Blightstone and an Orb of Venom?
Honestly, like, I've seen the support PA, and I know like that it can be all right, like given the right heroes, but I'm looking at the side of MEGA-LADA and I'm like, who cares if you're throwing daggers at these heroes?
Yeah.
You buy a stick, it's not really that big of a deal. I mean, sure, you've got a really strong set of laning heroes in the Elder Titan and the Bane, so I guess no matter what you pick, basically the lane's going to still be fine. Because those two heroes just carry so much like weight between the two of them.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it is obviously possible. I just think it's kind of unlikely at this point. But
Right.
MEGA-LADA, they go back for the Furion.
10
I think this
seconds
hero is
remaining.
real good. They wanted it against the Razor matchup, most likely. Or
5
at least
seconds
against
remaining.
the Bane. Because you want to lane him against other ranged heroes. Because they don't want to buy stout shields so the trees can beat down. And we kind of talked a little bit about this yesterday. But yeah, it's definitely a solid one.
Okay. And obviously you can take off the Nightmare later on as well. All those nifty little things that you can do. I'm not crazy. You can do that with the trees, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right,
Anything that you can control and attack, you can toggle
All right.
Nightmare.
Awesome.
Dire
Yeah.
team
Sometimes I
back.
question myself for no apparent reason. Seek. Yeah. Gonna get taken out of the pool now as well. I guess that would be something that could just like destroy PA and Razor, any illusion-based heroes. Although they're probably looking for. I mean, is this going to be a
10 seconds
4
remaining.
profit or mag then?
5
That's
seconds
kind of what it's looking
remaining.
like, I guess. I mean,
Dire team pick.
I'm curious to see what MEGA-LADA does to like fix this lineup. Because yeah, they got some pretty good team fight potential with some nice ultimates, but they need 2 Blink Daggers, which is a lot of farm, and that makes their lineup pretty slow. So because of a slow lineup, we saw
10
what happened in game
seconds
1. Like
remaining.
Navi, let's just put it on the record, they should have won that game.
Right.
Like they
5
just should
seconds
have won.
remaining.
But you know, they had a huge lead, so it shows that they understand how to punish greed.
Yeah.
And there is definitely some greedy stuff going on in MEGA-LADA.
There is a whole lot of shit. I don't, you know, when you say I'm curious to see what this is, to me, when I say that, it's like, I have no idea what's happening. I just want to see the lane so I can get some semblance of an idea of what their plan is. Because I don't know.
Radiant
Like, they
team
have
pick.
Magnus with 2 ranged cores. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, it's still all right on the gyro because he has a tendency to build stat-oriented items like
Okay.
drums, S and Y, your BKBs, your butterflies. So the empower is still going to be all right on him.
10
And because of
seconds
Flak,
remaining.
it's kind of like when people would pick Mag Dusa together. It's the
5
same
seconds
thing.
remaining.
Split shot, still get a pretty good benefit from the empower. And it's too bad he doesn't have the old Aghanims. That would be
Ooh.
really good.
That would be real nifty. Oh, with the flat cannon, would that work on each of them? I don't know.
I think it's just the primary hit,
Okay.
as far as I know, because the other ones don't get like orb effects or anything either.
Right.
Medusa's the only one who gets the orb propagation to split shot, and that's level 25 talent. So this is going to be a last pick for Navi. Is it going to be a mid-razor? Let's see. Yeah, what is the PA doing?
I don't
That's
know.
my biggest like question mark. I'm like, what is this PA pick?
I have a feeling that it might be like ET and her dual
No,
off
they
lane.
don't have a general hero. Yeah, that's what it's gonna be. Okay.
All right.
You may now select your
Okay.
heroes.
All right. Well,
That's
we got
a,
it.
that's an amazing.
That is a
pick, by the
Dendy
way.
Tidehunter.
Wait, what?
That is
Wait,
the
what?
General Elder Titan.
No, it's happening. I don't know what's happening right now. I will say that Tidehunter was probably the best possible pick.
Oh.
Like, it's actually insane against their team.
All right. Well, I'm like I'm trepidatious about asking you, what is Lil going to do this game?
He's gonna run around and throw daggers at the Witch Doctor and the Furion. That's pretty much what he's gonna do.
And now it's a Bane General. They swapped it up again. LeBron.
I wonder if they're
ET.
just gonna run dual lanes. I'm curious to see if like it's actually gonna be a legitimate roaming position or if they're just gonna set up a 2-1-2. Because if you do Bane PA, that's a pretty strong lane. We're assuming what? It's probably just going to be the gyro mid again, so you'd be laning against, I guess, Furion ES or Mag Witch Doctor. Like, those lanes are pretty good for Navi. I think Bane PA actually just wins that lane.
And I guess they're pausing. They're taking a moment to figure out what the hell they're doing as well. They don't know what they're doing.
They keep swapping. They swap again.
Oh, that is, I mean, all right, say what you will about, like, you know, teams coming with it. If you're swapping around this much, is it mind games or do they just generally not know? I guess we can't know.
I think it's not about knowing. It's just about which person they feel more comfortable on the hero. So like they're just probably sitting there going, okay, yeah, I'll play this. Okay, I'll play this instead. Okay, do you really not want to play this? Okay, fine, I'll play it.
LeBron spamming new meta in chat as well.
By the way, just take a look at Lil's items.
Where's he at? Oh yeah. Oh, I called it. I feel great about that one.
I mean, I don't know if I would feel great about it, but you know, that's power to you. This is going to be something.
Yeah, take him or get him. By the way, look at this Navi. I didn't notice this in the base. I think because they're TI winner, they have the Aegis down there. MEGA-LADA, they just have their little thing. That's kind of nifty.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that before.
Is that in game or is that just like their flag? Curious.
I don't think that's a flag.
Yeah, I think they just get it because
they're talking about the thing on the ground, right?
Yeah, they have it all over the place.
I think it's tied to like, you know how you can register pro teams and stuff? Yeah. I think it's registered to that.
That's really cool. You need some way to remember that this team won a TI.
I mean, it was the same organization.
Yeah. It's true.
This will be a very interesting game. No question. No matter who wins.
Artez going to take some damage. The cask. And the walk away. So Lil has no regen. He's going for phase boots first item afterwards. That's a lot of damage. The dagger.
30 seconds to battle.
I mean, yeah, the dagger gets bonus damage. So the base damage is 65, and then it adds a percentage of your attack damage to it. So you're actually hitting harder than auto attack at level 1 by just throwing it out.
And I think when they were doing this, though, or when people used to do this, it was when they had the better range on the dagger early, too. So you only have the 525 range right now.
Yeah, the level 1 dagger used to be the full 1200 range.
The battle begins.
Well, he's going to take a lot of damage here. ET dealing a good bit of it. Going to be able to punch PSM. They don't have that Orb of Venom, though, and Lil now turning onto Artez needs to be careful. They're trying to run down this Witch Doctor, but it's just not happening. In fact, Lil might end up dying here. Going to try and TP away. He will be able to make his escape.
That can't be a good start, man. You had literally no regen, and you just tried to trade a level 1. Like, what's happening, Gabe? Please tell me what's happening.
He's got a clarity. He's ready. They are going to try and go for a courier snipe with LeBron, but that does mean they're going to miss out on the courier, which is going bottom. And Navi just maybe getting a little bit too crazy with their drafts here. They're going to get ran at by General again. They only have Cask, though, so no way to amplify that damage with Maledict, but they're still going to be able to maybe even force him back as well. He's trying to run away to the side here. He's going to end up dying. General, what's going on?
Well, it's going to get a lot more difficult here in a second when they both are level 2, like PSM and Artez, because they're just going to have that much more magic damage. And, like, Lil still doesn't have regen. Like, he's throwing the daggers out and he's doing a fair amount of damage. You can kind of see what the idea is. It's like you throw the dagger onto the hero with the Orb of Venom and the Blightstone to lower the armor, and then the ET just runs at them. So, like, as they get levels, this will become much more powerful, and it'll be really annoying. As you can see, PSM's kind of getting like whittled down himself. He'll probably have to get Voodoo Restoration in this lane if he wants to stay.
Yeah.
But you can see the idea. It's just a little bit awkward right now.
Definitely. Hasn't come full circle yet. And General's going to be able to do a lot in this game. But I guess the other thing to watch for is how the other lanes are doing. So Tidehunter versus Magnus so far. Tide having a pretty nice time. Just kind of dominating them.
Yep, Tide against melee. He's always going to get his farm. And because during the mid-game, and the main reason why I say this is such a good pick is because these heroes like Shaker and Magnus, you know, they're both obvious blink buyers. They want blinks, and they want to go in, and they want to combo you to death and chain stun you. You can't chain stun Tide. So when you go in, and if the Tide's there, he's going to crack in, he's going to get his Ravage off, and you're going to get interrupted during your combination, and then it's going to feel really bad. So typically, these kind of go-in heroes and get your big combos don't really work into Tidehunters.
Fervian spots the chicken, but isn't going to be able to get to it. And now they're going to continue to get this spam out. It's doing a good job, Lil, here, of making sure that he is throwing out the daggers from behind the trees so he's not giving stick charges. Which is kind of what you need to make sure he keeps on doing here, because otherwise Gyro is probably never going to go down.
I mean, when the PA hits 3 and the other Titan hit 3, that's when the daggers get that little bit of a range boost. And he's going to start just throwing more and more of them. Because it's 225 range difference. Okay, here comes Fervian.
Damage coming in. They want to try and find this kill. It's a catch on to both of them. Lil in trouble, going to get stunned and ran at. Still does have a little bit of a way to walk away from him, but he doesn't have a TP. He doesn't have any regen. He doesn't have anywhere left to go. This is a dead Lil. Double kill for PSM. And I think, is that a streak for him? He's got 3-0 so far.
Yeah, he's got all their kills.
Witch Doctor's strong.
He's almost got arcane boots at 3 minutes. That's crazy.
And do they give him the other one? They're going to give that. No, he gets a triple kill. Oh, Andy.
Dude, I don't know what's happening. I legitimately don't know what's happening. I think there comes a time in your life when even though you've played a game or done something for a very long time, you can witness something that you just don't understand.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. How many hours do you have in Dota 2? And, like, just don't know what's going to happen in this game.
I'm not even the foggiest. Like, I would lie to you if I said I knew who was going to win. I know what heroes I like more, but I don't know if that necessarily translate into a game win.
Yeah, who knows? Anything can happen. Lil is going to rotate mid now, and they have a Nightmare onto the Earthshaker. So Fervian will fall here. But it does look like it's still, you know, I guess that's a strong combo.
I mean, General is dead again, so... This guy's like died, TP back, died, he's gonna die again.
Trying to hide, not gonna happen. Mega kill streak for the Witch Doctor. He is...
Okay, bottom lane too. Low coming in.
Orbit's just gonna TP out, and they aren't gonna be able to find that. Needs to be careful because these trees, they hurt. He doesn't have any points up in Blur.
Yeah, he doesn't have a stout shield either. So he's just full in on the aggression here. I mean,
no.
the lanes...
Nature's Prophet, he knows what's coming.
Oh!
The juke, the hide, the run. He's gonna get to the
He
shrine.
doesn't know which way he ran. Yeah, that would have been nice.
So let's try and get some perspective here again. Like, Razor is dominating his lane as well against this Earthshaker, which, well, it's actually going to be more like the Nature's Prophet. So I guess it's not complete domination, but it's pretty good. Mid lane, Dendi was also winning against the Mag. How do you feel like Navi feel at this point?
I think they feel okay, to be honest. Oh, yeah, okay, he's going to skewer away. But even though the position 4 PA is not really accomplishing a whole heck of a lot, and General's kind of having a rough lane, I still think their two cores are doing fine, and that's kind of all that matters at this point, because if the tide gets big, he's going to be able to influence the team fights, and then the other heroes on his team come back because of that, and as we're talking about it, PSM's kill streak gets broken there.
That's a nice little chunk of gold there. A lot of it going to LeBron, but still, it's a fairly substantial swing this early on.
Yes.
Looks like they're going to shrine again, give General a little bit more help, and this sort of roaming support combo of haphazardness is kind of working. Is Orbit crystallized? Maybe going to find that? No, he can't get in the range, and he actually is going to take some more damage. Fervian comes in, almost able to kill him off, but the Fissure is going to put the kibosh on that.
Yeah, I think the lane matchup went a little bit farther south than MEGA-LADA probably expected, because I actually think they wanted the Fury on Razor matchup, and it seems like Crystallized is just getting the better end of the deal regardless, because it's really hard to, like, Fervian, granted he's doing a pretty good job of it, but it's really hard to make that kind of rotation early as a Shaker.
Missile ends up interrupting General Stomp, so they won't get that. And level 6s are online for Tidehunter. Looks like the Mag just opting to get more into the lane dominance instead. As General, we've seen this story before. Stomp, not going to hit, and he is going to die here most likely, unless there was a Nightmare save, but LeBron went after the kill and not able to get it.
Man, I feel bad for General. I feel like this is just not a hero that he plays very much.
Radiant's middle tower is under
It doesn't
attack.
feel like a General hero to me. I mean, even when he threw out the Spirit because he saw Denny was coming up, maybe he communicated it late, maybe General didn't notice. But if the Stomp hits, there's a good chance that it's followed up with like a Ravage or some kind of kill. But yeah, I mean, it's a 5 kill lead, but it's only like a 1k gold lead, so it's nothing really to write home about yet. It's just kind of that transitional phase where you know, they even give General the easier lane. They're like, okay, yeah, you don't have to go back top, dude. Just get some EXP, get some.
Irvian gonna try and TP out. He is barely going to escape, and he actually went to the tier 1 tower as well. My goodness.
Yeah, I don't know how he TPs in the tier 1 there. That was weird. Maybe he just like panic clicked. I'm not sure.
Yeah. He needed to get out as quick as possible. And they do have an invis PA now. Thinking about going on to orbits. He does have both of his teleports ready. So if they go on him here, and still no great way to try and... Yeah, they're just going to run away again. Like, they don't have any way to break the blinks. And now top lane Dendi turns it back around with the Ravage, wants to take him down. The Maledict, though, it's still on him, and he's going to die. Artez does get nightmared, but he got the salve off first. Ends up being broken. PA shows up. Lil wanted to take him down. He has to almost get taken down himself, but LeBron gets the kill, and now Witch Doctor moving back in. Orbits is TP'd in, and now Lil also in trouble. A triple kill again. This Witch Doctor, my God.
I don't think I've ever seen a Witch Doctor get 2 triple kills before 10 minutes. That's just completely insane. Like, this guy is gonna be loaded. He's got 1,200 gold, a completed urn, and boots. This is the richest Witch Doctor support I have ever seen.
Yeah. And, I mean, do you try and leverage that into, like, an Ags or something? Is it worth it? Or maybe just, like, other utility items, I guess?
Honestly, I think he probably just buys, like, his normal items and just tries to keep himself in a position where he's playing from ahead. You know, if you get that little bit of extra tankiness from the urn, you finish your wand. Maybe you get, like, he probably doesn't need Vessel. Maybe something like a medallion even.
Yeah.
Just because they are pretty physical damage comprised.
Looks like that's what he's going for here. Orbits, again, gonna TP away. Just the story of this match. Nobody able to break those. They've got so much damage, but they can't keep them in the place.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Definitely a interesting turn of events for the game 3. Looks like Navi's pulled out all the memes in this game.
Yeah. I mean, Dendi Tidehunter. When was the last time that we saw that?
I mean, it's been a while. It was a great pick though. Yeah. Absolutely great. I'm just curious to see how like the mid game goes, because they have that Tidehunter Ravage, which is always going to be really scary for MEGA-LADA, but they also just have tremendous team fight. Like, you have RP and Echo call down with a Witch Doctor ulti as well. Like, that's just insanity.
They do find PSM. This is a big kill if they can get it, and they will. Crystallize the one that takes that kill streak, and Cask still bouncing. They need to be a little bit careful. My God, that damage! They end up blowing up the PA, and now Crystallized. The Maledict is not going to tick him down, but looks like LeBron fully surrounded by trees and going to fall. They have another fissure available for them and able to just barely clip on the edge of it. No follow-up.
That was hit him so hard. It took like 60% of his life. Man, Wrath of Nature plays no games if you get hit by one of those later bounces.
Yeah. And that cooldown for it, too, means he can just be so much more active nowadays. So, 11 minutes in, it's a 2,000 net worth lead, 8 kills. I mean, you talked about the potential later on for the team fight from Navi. Does it get to a point where they're like not able to because of the deficit that they've been built up, or are they always going to be able to team fight?
I think Ravage is always kind of like the equalizer in this game. I mean, granted, you know, people are going to get BKBs, mainly the Gyro, and potentially like the Mag later on, depending on how his game goes. The smoke here.
And from the low ground, they find the Witch Doctor. Going to be able to get that kill. That does mean this ward is likely to be dewarded, but they can maybe push this into a tier 1 tower, although they got to defend mid too.
Yeah, this tower is real low. General doesn't have his ulti though. Might still kill him.
You get the deny. Now chasing for orbits. They are saving the Nightmare and trying to TP away. Doesn't happen.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures.
So
wait,
after...
did they get the deny?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I didn't actually see it, but All right, so bottom, they're gonna lose 2 tier 1s actually for this. So in terms of overall like map movement, I would say that MEGA-LADA got a little bit of a lead here. Fervian's making his way towards Blink with the Arcanes too. So 2 towers dropping helps him towards that, and Navi are looking to answer back here at the mid tier 1.
They do manage to find the stomp now onto the Witch Doctor, and going to be able to hit with the Earth Splitter. PSM, after his great start, has now died a couple of different times. They're looking for the Blink, though. They have RP available. He's moving in position. He doesn't find it. There's the Skewer back the other direction, though. The Ravage to try and interrupt. Now, can they find anything after the fact? LeBron Dota ends up being able to walk away from them. The Brain Sap keeps him alive, but the Fissure finishes the job. And now, Crystallize, isolated in no man's land. They just RP him and gonna take him down. The hate is thrown his way, and well, he is actually able to walk away still. In spite of the RPs trying to go for the Skewer now, pumping it, they just dropped the Fissure on his head. And now Artez trying to run away from Dendi. He might be able to make it happen as PA goes in on the backside of everybody. Thinking about going here onto the Earthshaker. Fervian dies, and there's the Blink away from Mag. Chaotic team fight.
Yeah, but I mean, ultimately, I think that MEGA-LADA walk away from that a winner again because they defend their tier 1. They get a kill on Crystallize. Sure, they commit the RP, but you know what else is your ult for if not for getting a core kill? So, all things considered, I would say that they're pretty happy with the situation. Fervian draws closer to his own Blink Dagger. Dendi he's got his pretty much right now. Just got enough gold for it. But we saw kind of what the purpose of the Tidehunter is there because he gets skewered into the team, and they don't really want to drop too many disables on him because he's almost always going to get off that Ravage.
Right.
And the later the game goes, the more follow-up we could be seeing from like the Razor being able to get a good link on someone, and potentially even like Lil, as he continues to farm the jungle here, he still could do some okay damage because he's got that medallion.
Building towards the Battle Fury, I think I saw on him next. A little bit of a different one for the Phantom Assassin. Actually switches up now and going back for the Mask of Madness instead. It's a little weird.
Oh, it's mega weird. It's not a little, it's like a lot weird.
He's gonna run into PSM here and should just be able to blow him up. They don't manage to hit with the Maledict, and General ends up being the one taking that kill. Finally getting a little bit of a life for himself after going 0-5 in the laning stage.
Yeah, General definitely got a short end of the stick this time around. He's going for the Atos. It's a little bit of a different choice. I mean, I guess if you don't play Elder Titan, Atos is the item. Because you can just root them and then put them to sleep afterwards.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Well, maybe it's not, but it's the way he's doing it. Fervian? Oh, he wants this. Oh, it's an Echo. He wants to just walk in and echo the PA. He pops the Enchant Totem. He's thinking about it. Goes the second round now. As soon as this PA moves forward a little bit further, Echo Slam comes out. Fissure to follow. The second Enchant Totem is dead.
That's a Blink right there, boys.
Are scanning.
Blink Dagger secured on our Earthshaker player. See, this is the thing that I don't understand about the PA pick is like, is the purpose of the hero just to run around all game and basically act like another core? Because then you have like Razor, PA, and Tide cores, which, you know, it sounds alright. But the PA is not really offering anything in the team fights at all. If anything, I think it's more about like trying to cause skirmishes and maybe bully laning phase a little bit, like what he was trying to do to PSM on the Witch Doctor. Yeah. But that part kind of failed.
Right. So
now we're like falling back into this, alright, now you just need to get real lucky.
Well, they know that they don't have an Echo Slam, but PSM is in the area waiting to turn this back around. Casca's going to go out. The Earth Splitter is going to be able to find that kill, but now bouncing back and forth. They're starting to bring them down. Orbit shows up as well. They're trying to turn now, but Lil isolated, caught in the trees. Nowhere left to go. Trying to run away, but dead again.
That's kind of like a perfect example of what I mean. Is like he's got full points into evasion too.
Oh no! And he's just gonna TP out. He didn't have any detection. Fuels but no dust for the Shadow Blade. And they wanted to wait right here to go for the play. Dendi blinks backwards. I kind of wonder if he accidentally double clicked that one. But
I don't know. I don't think they actually wanted to like go that hard.
Okay.
Like they're missing the PA. They don't have General either, and General is still a fair amount of their damage, especially not having the Earth Splitter.
Dendy's going Ags.
That's why not? Got a position 4 PA. Let's buy an Aghanims on our Tidehunter.
Radiant are scanning.
It is good wave clear, and
Yeah.
if anything, their team definitely lacks that right now.
Gold for me.
All they really have is what, Stomp, an Anchor Smash, and a Razor's Plasma Field, and that's about it.
The one thing that sort of sticks out to me is you're talking about, like, if they wanted to do Mag PA, wouldn't they have taken the Mag first? And like, based upon the way the draft unfolded and then, like, swapping roles and stuff, it really does feel like they had that idea of Mag PA, and then the deny pick might have just screwed them over.
Yeah, but I think any drafter would just take the Magnus first.
Right.
When you're drafting a combination of heroes, right, you draft the hero that makes it work first. Because, say for example, like you wanted to play some like Dark Seer Wombo combo, right? Like a Sand King or a Sven or whatever. So you pick the hero that enables the combo before you pick the other hero that benefits from it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like in that scenario, you would pick the Darkseer because you need his vacuum to do the combo, just like you need Mags and Power to empower the hero.
Right.
So that's why I think that it might not have been the plan, but if it was just an oversight.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if we'll ever find the answer, but regardless, this is the situation they're in now, and the lineup of Dire, MEGA-LADA, starting to really come online with all of their heroes. You have this Mask of Madness. God, Artiz is just farming up the storm here on this gyrocopter. They are going to try and pressure here to the side. Fervian is behind enemy lines, though, with the Blink Decker. Are they going to try and come and defend this?
I mean, he's in a really good spot. It's still kind of rough fighting into the Tide with the Ravage, but
Dire's bottom tower
it is
under
possible
attack.
they can still win this fight.
LeBron is back there. They're moving in. Nature's Prophet ready to go. He doesn't have ultimate,
Dire's
but the
bottom
slow
tower
siege
is
that's
under
coming in,
attack.
and Fervian may be ready to walk in behind them. They're all grouped together. He might be a little bit too far away at this point, though. There's going to be the missile going out, the first round of it at least. Nightmare to make sure it doesn't do the damage.
Regeneration.
Stomp forces it back again.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Ping's coming out. Now, are they going to come and defend this? It looks like they want to. Jump forward. Dendy daring them to come and defend. Fervian is going to walk in from the backside as
Dire's
well.
bottom tower is
He's
under
behind
attack.
them. The Nature's Prophet is there as well. The call down comes right at the start, now forcing everybody back. They're going to group together into a little bit of an isolation play here.
Dire's bottom
Crystallize in
tower
general
has
together.
been denied.
They spot out, though, I think, the Fervian Earthshaker, and that might have been too much. Yeah, they realize he's in here, and now Fervian's in trouble. So it does not end up working out, and in fact, it looks like they're going to be able to get a kill in turn. So a great series of events for Navi.
Yeah, Fervian really wanted to go in, but the issue is, again, it's Tide. That's why the pick is so good against Shaker and Mag, because no matter what, they're going to stop your combo.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to get a Ravage one way or the other. If you stun him, he's going to crack it. If you stun someone else, they'll just blink into you and cast a spell. So that's why they were so tentative to go in. They're just like, it's an offlane tower. Do we really want to commit 5 heroes, no BKB on our gyro, on the off chance that we're able to win this fight? It's just too big of a risk, and ultimately Fervian pays the price for their trepidation.
So, do you like think about going like something weird like a BK? Oh, skewer back. But Kraken, he's fine. Do you think about like going a BKB on Shaker or something later on? Is that too all-in-y?
No, I think it is a very good item, but it looks like Fervian's actually going to be going for the Silver Edge, which makes a lot of sense. Because if you Silver Edge him and then you Echo instantly, he can't crack in the debuff, or crack in the stun anymore. So that might be enough to allow them to just kill the hero straight up.
Radiant are
Alternatively, he could go BKB, but that would mean that his team wouldn't be able to follow up the damage, right? Unless they had their own BKB. So it's going to be double Shadow Blade. Actually, no, triple, sorry, because they have one on the Nature's Prophet as well. So Mag, Nature's Prophet, and Shaker all potentially going Silver Edges this game.
LeBron's going to be skewered back into the team, and he ends up going down.
Radiant's bottom
Now,
tower is
Dendy
under
does
attack.
have his Ags completed, but the Courier is currently going out to Lil right now. He's trying to get towards the BKB himself, but meanwhile, Roach is going down. It looks like they don't want to contest.
I don't know if it's about want or not. I think their lanes are just in kind of an awkward position.
Okay.
Yeah, see, they're drawing it. Like, they definitely know what's going on right now.
Dire's
Crystallize
top tower
needs
is
to be
under
careful
attack.
here with the skewer play available. Nah, you're not going to go for that one either. They just want to sit back, get into that next round. And we do have, as we were talking about, the Tidehunter Aghanims. He didn't go for the Gush damage talent, though.
I think he might have decided to get Aghanims after the fact.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because, yeah, it definitely makes sense if you're going to buy Ags that you want that Gush damage, because it takes it up to 340, I think, at level 4. Yeah. So it definitely would have been a nice little addition. And plus, it just helps you kill the wave that much faster, because the Anchor Smash itself only does 225 damage. And the Midas Armor does benefit it, because, of course, Anchor Smash is a physical spell. Right. So you get the... Oh, Curry Snipe, Orbit.
They got him.
Yeah.
Oh, mid lane.
Like
not able to find the stomp onto Artez. Still very, very swift. And, you know, taking a look at this, they're getting the BKB on PA pretty soon as well. I mean, she's still going to deal a ton of damage and eventually kind of transition into another core. I'm going to say this, if Navi win this game, I am going to be incredibly impressed, because it feels like they're just sort of flying by the seat of their pants.
I think it's... I'm trying to find a way to phrase this. It's not going to sound mean.
Okay.
But I think that against higher caliber teams, this would not work.
Okay.
Because the PA basically has not really done anything. Like, he's run around and thrown daggers at some people, which is fine.
Yeah.
And he's helped secure a handful of kills, but basically all he did in the first, like, 10 minutes was die. So, in a game against, like, a tier 1 team, like, say you're playing against Liquid or Secret or something like that, this would not have done... Like, I can't see this ever working.
Yeah. Because they know how to punish so much more effectively. And
yeah.
Haven't really seen that case. I mean, getting the Aegis is the first great step to that, and now they're going to try and go for a smoke play with that Aegis. But they don't have the Earthshaker in the smoke with them, so coming up a second longer. Let's see if this ends up working out. Who do they run into? They go up onto the high ground, pull in the Razor, and he is going to die. A lot used for that kill.
I mean, I think it's worth it. Like, he has BKB in his inventory. If he's allowed to get it off and there's any counterplay from Navi, it's very dangerous still. Like, even having the Aegis on a gyro, like, the teamfight potential from Navi is still there.
Atos goes out onto gyro. General, though, doesn't have his full assortment, so he just looks at it, and now the Tidehunter Aghanims. It's happening.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant
I wonder if they really are trying to defend this one.
I mean, they push pretty quickly. The scary part is that Dendi does kind of run out of mana with this build.
Yeah, just a Soul Ring is not going to be enough. He needs another item that grants him regen. Like, he's going for the Shivas now, which is pretty good for the fight. But as far as sustainability, you're right. He's not quite up there yet.
So, Lilla's going to try and deal with this creep wave that's coming out. In the mid lane, they're kind of set up here on the LeBron and Dendi, who are left alone away from the rest of their team. They do get the Nightmare off there, but Dendi starting to take a lot of damage. Kraken Shell, some of it off, trying to run away. His secondary Kraken Shell comes out as well, trying to get out, but it's not happening. And Artez, in the meantime, they just turn it around and Echo Slam and take down the Razor. MEGA-LADA doing it again. And are you really going to stop this push with the PA and an ET?
Absolutely not. Dendi does have buyback. They do have Earth Splitter. Problem is, BKB Aegis on the gyro means that even if they kill him the first time, he'll have that 10-second magic immunity when he respawns.
Now he is trying to get back into this fight, and they want to try and take him down. The combo is going to come out, and actually if they can bring him down the first time, they will have the Ravage for when he gets back up, but they need to time it absolutely perfectly. Dendi thinking about going, and he pops the Ravage, connects onto 4. They bring down the Gyrocopter before the BKB. It was beautifully played, and Orbit now in trouble, gonna go down. They did lose the PA, but now they're finding the rest of them. PSM in trouble. Navi hold.
I actually thought that Ravage was slow. I thought that he was going to be able to BKB it. I guess I was really close. Like, I'd have to watch the replay to be 100% certain, but it looked like he might have been able to BKB. Either way, yeah, the buyback definitely worth it. Let's see, MEGA-LADA get the tier 3. But they do lose quite a bit of momentum, like getting beaten down like that. And plus, Denny's buyback definitely paid for itself. Like, they saved a set of racks.
Yeah. Well, and it's still quite a substantial lead, but to me, that felt like probably one of the hardest holds that Navi's going to have to make in this game, at least. Like, it doesn't get a whole lot more
Radiant's bottom
difficult
tower
than like
has
the
been
Aegis push
denied.
with the BKB done for Gyrocopter. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong there.
No, it definitely is a very difficult hold. Like, to be honest, I didn't think they would even be able to hold it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't expect them to be able to combo the gyro like that after the Aegis actually fell off.
Right.
I thought he would just BKB, they'd get low, they'd be forced to heal, and then the Raxes would fall, and then, you know, MEGA-LADA would eventually just run away. But because of the timing, they were able to secure the kill on the gyro, which means no BKB pop, no Rax.
And showing just how hard it is to push against this Elder Titan. I mean, he's the one that sets it up. And again, it's like, I think there's a lot of ways that that type of thing doesn't happen. As Lil is going to be brought down again. Like if Gyro doesn't just like die to the ET, and then like as he comes back up, they get a 3-person stomp. A lot of questionable things.
Yeah, the siege wasn't like perfectly executed by any means, but I think they also probably could have waited like a couple of seconds to earn up the gyro, just so he wouldn't be walking up the hill with like 20% life.
Radiant's middle barracks
Well,
are
they're going to
under
try again, and Gyro's still hanging on to that BKB. Dendi Ravage back up in 15 seconds, and if they can manage to hold this, things are going to be feeling a lot better. Orbit taking some damage. They're looking for the RP, though. Got to watch for this spell coming in from the Magnus, as well as the Tidehunter Ravage. Here in Orchid. And with the melee barracks down, it looks like they're going to be willing to back out. No, they get the grip to sleep. LeBron made the play, but it's not on the rest of them. Dendi looking for the initiation. The Ravage, it doesn't hit onto nearly enough people. And the BKB was there as well. Great fissure, but they end up breaking the RP as well. The walkaway. CIS Dota in full effect right now. Nobody dies.
Oh, God. All right, well, they still have Echo, and they know Ravage is down. Oh, no, Lil. Oh, no. Okay, they didn't see him.
under attack.
Dude, I don't know what broke his blink. I don't think he got hit by the gush.
Yeah.
Like, I looked at him and he wasn't debuffed by it, so I don't know what he got hit by.
Yes.
I saw earlier up top too, it looked like he was trying to cast his Ravage or his RP and it didn't end up working. So maybe he just like hit it incorrectly, I don't know. Yule Scepter there, General gonna be silenced, and General gonna give them away a gem. And meanwhile, mid lane, Crystallize takes down the Witch Doctor. So gem on to MEGA-LADA now, and Navi trying to find some semblance of order in this game for themselves.
They do have, with Denny's build, they're going to have a tremendous amount of wave clear too. So they can like push the waves out, try to prevent, you know, MEGA-LADA from getting to the base. I'm just waiting for this PA to come online, I guess. Like, it really does seem like this is going to be an important factor for Navi's lineup, is how long can they hold out? Can they actually transition this little PA into a legitimate core hero that can turn team fights? Because with the BKB, he's going to be able to go on, like, the Witch Doctor, for example, during the fights and do a substantial amount of DPS to him. Potentially also the Shaker, as long as he has Dust. Speaking of, top lane.
Are they really trying to kill off Dendi? That's Echo Slam used. The rest of the team's coming in. They have the RP as well, but Dendi still living. They are finally going to be able to find that kill, but now they've used all of their abilities on him. It looks like LeBron's just going to give his life away. So the rest of the team not wanting to come and help. 2 dead, 70 seconds on the sideline, and no buyback.
Yeah, it looked a little bit sketchy at first to just like YOLO echo the Tide like that, but they do end up getting the kills, so we understood how close his team was. He basically just did it to make sure they didn't TP away or didn't blink or anything like that.
Radiant's top tower is under
So
attack.
yeah, 60 seconds, dead. It's going to be a guaranteed tier 2. I don't know if they can actually go higher on that because they don't have the bag.
Yeah. That's the big question mark. And again, the stomps from ET, you gotta respect that. They know there's no buyback on the Tidehunter this time, but nonetheless, Lil taking advantage of this little bit of time as he's gonna try and build towards his next item. BKB completed, but Gyrocopter has a Butterfly and also a DD.
That's a dead Roche. That's all you need. Just that double damage rune. This has happened 2 out of the 3 games in the series, actually. A Roshan where DD spawns right outside of the pit. I mean, obviously the first time it happened was way more impactful.
Yeah. Definitely. Made all the difference in the world there for that Spectre to get it in that last game, or the game before last. And seeing that there is the Butterfly, it looks like the change-up is going to be for Razor to go for the MKB. PA also has it queued up, but they're a ways away from it. Need some time on these cores because, God, MEGA-LADA is 17,000 net worth ahead.
Yeah, it's just because of, again, the reason why I mentioned earlier about the PA and why I don't think it's going to work against higher caliber teams is because you're basically just playing a greedy 4. Like, you're running around and you're hitting neutrals. You're not doing anything on the map. You're not, like, influencing the game in your favor in any meaningful way. You're just hitting creeps. And any good team is going to see that and they're going to go, well, you're just farming. So we're just going to either kill you or we're going to establish some kind of vision control and just end the game by virtue of winning fights.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what's happening for MEGA-LADA right now. As you can see, this TPN from Orbit, I like this play a lot. The yellow TPN with the OBS ward. It's a really cool play.
They're going to try and use this to break their high ground, maybe. As they're in the area. Dendi not there. He's TPing back right now. They're all together. Getting vision. They're going to look for that RP here. He's invis off to the south side. They aren't quite within range of him, and that looks like they're not going to go for it now. Still, though, spotting it all out. Giving all the vision in the world for this Dire team. They know what's coming. Oh, God, I have the spectator bug. I need to switch over my settings real quickly. Ah!
Okay, nothing's not okay.
Oh, there's the RP. They got him. No, they're able to catch him. The feed strip. They're keeping the rest of them away. Dendi's starting to bring them low. Witch Doctor is already dead. Now Crystallize chasing forward for more. They are going to bring down that Magnus. Artez trying to deal the damage, but he's not able to. Dual Scepter lift up. Still holding on to that Aegis, but he is gone. 4 dead in an instant. And now they're going to be able to finish him off. A triple kill for Lil. Beautifully played.
That Ravage was sick. That was pretty much just the end of the fight right there. They get the stomp into the splitter comes out from the high ground, the Ravage follow it up, and everything just like perfectly landed. And that's really what you need if you're Navi in this situation. You need that team fight where every single spell like connects. Even with the BKBs, everyone was already so low that there was no potential for a turnaround in that situation. It was just everyone dies.
And this is starting to feel like game number 1 where you build this giant lead off of a disastrous laning stage, and then suddenly things start to pull back into your favor again.
Tidehunter, man. That was the pick.
Is under attack.
That hero is doing so much this game.
How is Lil having cleave? Am I crazy?
Yeah, it's his talent.
Oh,
level 15,
right, of course.
cleave.
Thanks, man. I needed that.
It's all good. I mean, I thought it was a bit strange that he took it, but since he's been predominantly hitting creeps, it makes more sense.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Well, 35 minutes in, it's only a 4,000 net worth lead now. And back to about even in terms of experience. You talked about the strength of their team fight lineup, and MEGA-LADA needed to close this out. Where do they go from here?
Well, picking the Bane's a good start. They catch out LeBron in the jungle. I think that they'll probably focus a bit more on pushing the lanes out before they try to do that again. Because the more that you sit stationary, like if you see where the lanes are now, like Lil's top, he's got to push pretty much all the way to the tier 2. When you're doing a siege like that and you're just sitting 5 heroes together, eventually one of the side lanes is going to push an enemy team's favor and you're going to have to address it.
Right.
So ideally, like pulling them apart, like hitting multiple lanes at the same time, I think they might have to adopt that a little bit more just because of how hard it is to play into the ET and the Tide. Because those are the 2 heroes that are going to win the team fight. If you can't fight them as 5, you need to pull them apart.
Yeah. And I mean, it does feel like it's going to be harder and harder to get that. Like, you talked so much about this Tidehunter being that vehicle to, you know, make sure that their combo gets broken. I guess Silver Edge is now up for Fervian. That might be what we're looking for.
If they catch the Tide out with his Silver Edge and they can stun lock him, then absolutely he will die. Like, doesn't matter how much armor he has. There's a truckload of magical damage and lockdown on the side of MEGA-LADA. Yeah. That will be more than enough to get the kill on Dendi. Yeah. It's just a matter of if they can find that opening, you know? It'll be all about the positioning game, the vision game, if Dendi gets caught or not, and how they decide to pursue pushing the high ground.
Well, continued pressure going out over and over again, and they have the Fervian Earthshaker looking again bottom for Dendi. They're doing a good job, Navi, right now, of making sure that none of their heroes are getting picked off pretty much as Dendi avoids the gank. Still, this ward up here will spot him, and that should signal to MEGA-LADA no chance for a kill, and they back out again. So, next Roche is the other thing to look forward to. Still 2.5 minutes until it's capable of respawning.
Yeah, that'll be a huge one too. If Navi, for whatever reason, get their hands on that Roche, that's a free refresher for the Tide.
Yeah.
And that team fight will be real hard to win. Oh, I love this choice from Dendi. He's actually going BKB. This is, how do we say, what's the quote? So smart? that is so smart.
So talk to me a little bit about it. What's the thought here?
Okay, so even if he gets broken, right? If he gets the BKB, the damage that's going to kill him is not going to be from physical damage. It's going to be the call down, rocket barrage, maledict, things like that, shockwaves, earthshaker damage. There's a huge amount of magical DPS on the team. So how he dies is he gets broken, the Kraken gets disabled, and he dies via magic damage. But if he has BKB, that can't happen.
Walk forward, BKB comes out from Artez, BKB from Crystallize as well, but they've got the Fiend Script. The rest of the side looking for an opening here. They're going to try and go for the skewer onto the backlines. They don't get anything at all from this madness. Well, the fissure off to the side. RP connects onto 2, not nearly enough. And they are going to echo, not happening. Combo breaker from Dendi. They're still doing a lot of damage though. Lil is starting to go a little bit ham, but Furbian got him caught broken and dead. The combo breaker was not enough. That Maledict did so much damage in that fight as they take down General as well.
That's why he needs the BKB right there. That Maledict hit him for like some ridiculous number. And now everyone's dead. They all have buyback, fortunately, but there isn't going to be a Ravage. Question is, can they get enough of a force together to be able to defend this? Looks like one buyback's going to be forced. Orbit is still on the bottom line. Looks like he's going to be going for that nullifier next.
Yeah, the right clicks from NP also are really starting to stack up. He's got an AC completed with this. And they're going to buy back on the Tidehunter as well. That might be enough to force back the rest of the side of MEGA-LADA. 40 minutes into it.
Radiant's middle barracks are
Feeling like we're maybe nearing what could be an end.
I mean, it's still a tense situation for both teams, even though MEGA-LADA had a huge lead.
Yes.
Again, the Tidehunter, he eats a Maledict and ends up going down, but it's a huge reason why the fights are getting to be as close as they are. They do have a really good combination of items now between the Nature's Prophet and having the Silver Edge and the Shaker, because now they have a Nullifier too.
Right.
So if they nullify Silver Edge to Tide, he will not be able to BKB, and he will probably still die.
God, they wanted to go right there onto Dendi. They know if they can take him down here, it's close to GG. And Crystallize, kind of in no man's land again. Orbit there, he's muted, he's caught, he's in trouble, silenced and doomed to boot. They take down Crystallize.
Perhaps another forced buyback. They still have Treants in the pit, scouting out when the Roshan's going to be up.
Short
it is
timer.
Still, yeah, it's a very short timer. Actually, Crystallize will still be dead when it spawns, so as long as the Nature's Prophet is diligent about his tree placement, they'll be able to see it in time.
Which it looks like they are going to send those trees elsewhere, but again, gotta be careful. Dendi getting ran at, they skewer him back. He gets Kraken Shell muted, 4-step away. He ends up being safe for the moment. The RP, they follow it up with the Echo. They take him down. The speed script is not gonna matter. Too much damage. They buy back on the Bane, they buy back on the Razor, but everybody's still alive and buildings starting to fall. Oh no. Looking for more now. Do have the BKB ready to come out from PA, but does she really do enough damage at this stage? Seems unlikely. Buildings falling, and this could be all 3 racks. Still 70 seconds before the Tidehunters back up.
Yeah, this is seemingly the GG here, or at the very least Megas.
All right, they're out. They're looking for it. Crystallize trying to take a PSN, falling low. Furbian, though, he found the hit. They're onto the PA, and Lil actually living for the moment, but not long enough. They're falling. Lil's going to buy back now, but no BKB when they're there. And Navi looking like they are going to be eliminated here. Muted, caught, killed. They are out. The MDL qualifiers. GG called.
I don't know. I mean, I'm really, You know, it's nice to see a team like MEGA-LADA, you know, you said they've been together for a little while, and they're kind of the up-and-comers to be able to take a game off of a obviously more established team. But man, I don't know what kind of funk Navi are in, because they did some real questionable picks. I don't know if it's just experimentation phase, if they're okay with the losses and going, okay, we just need to try to find our style or what's going on, but man, that PA just fell super flat for me. Like, I did not see like any real value from him the entire game.
Yeah, and I mean, it does sort of bring up the question again, like, was it just a mistake not banning or not taking the mag first, or was this the plan all along? If this was the plan all along, did that early stage go the way that they were planning it? Did they just get like outmaneuvered in the laning phase? Like, so many things must have gone wrong there, and now, I mean, there's not going to be a chance for them to find any answers in this qualifier. That's it. They've been knocked down, and in the first round of the playoffs as well. I don't think that MEGA-LADA was the open qualifier team, but they got knocked down earlier by SM, which was an open qualifier team. Feeling real rough. The thing that's crazy too is that if the DPC was done right now, Navi would be going to TI. That's what's crazy to me.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Maybe they're just practicing some stuff. Maybe they don't care. But I mean, it's a qualifier for a pretty big tournament, so your guess is as good as mine, Gabe. I honestly have no clue.
All right, well, we do still have some great matches that are going to take place after this. We have Gambit versus Effect that's coming up right after this one, and then afterwards, it's going to be MEGA-LADA facing off against FTM, Fly to the Moon, which should be some pretty great matches. I'm excited to see how those work out. Any final thoughts before we finish off series number 1?
I guess bring on more Dota. That's all I got.
More Dota. Stay tuned, everybody. More great CIS Dota to come right after this. We'll see you guys then.